Hi guys, it's Ari. We're with Flannels today and this is BTS with Mars the Label. Mars did start a decade ago, and where I was in my life was I was very much the party girl. I was going to a rave every week or a festival, and all I looked forward to was really my next night out, and that was where the inspiration from Mars originally came from. I wanted to design clothes for myself that wouldn't be the same as anyone else and made me feel confident. I was only 19 at the time and I was quite insecure, and Mars really brought that confidence to me and a lot of other people. I took Mars a lot more seriously later on. It was quite a few years of just being an Instagram brand and nothing really else. It took me almost losing the company during COVID for me to actually grow up and realise I'm actually sat on something with great potential. We're filling a massive gap in the market, and if I screw my head on right, I could have a really successful business here. Affordable luxury to me is offering something that's a really good quality, the structure's done well, it's still a fully planned collection. I'm not going to sit here and say slow fashion, but we're so far from the fast fashion field. We're just at that perfect middle point where we're giving people really good quality, something they'll keep in the wardrobe for years and years and years, and it's at a very accessible price point. Something that makes a Mars fit feel unique and true to the brand is the silhouettes. All of our bestsellers and our core pieces are quite simple pieces, but then nothing about them structurally or the shape of them is what you would see on the everyday market. So we aim to make a woman feel the best version of themselves. So that would be in a cinched waist. It could be a really simple dress shape, and we've added a corset over the top. Just something that is outside of the box, but still multi-wear, and you're gonna keep it for a while. Our collections vary. The way that I used to design was solely based on what I had planned throughout the year. If I knew that I was going to Ibiza, I would plan a collection for that holiday. Now things obviously are a lot different, and we do a good mix in every collection of something that is tailored to something we know the customer directly wants and is asked us for, whether it be on socials, online, in just general feedback. And a lot of the time, the inspiration that comes behind a collection is usually a design feature that myself and Harriet, our head of design, will have seen somewhere on a runway, or we like the idea of, or we've seen it whilst we're traveling, and we'll just hammer down and somehow build out a whole collection around that feature. Our OG best-selling piece for the last 10 years has been the Fishtail Swim, which is available on Flannels. That is just a summer piece, and now as we've progressed, we have gone more well-known for being fashion pieces and dresses, and this is one of them that is going to be available on Flannels. It is our Sandra mini dress. We also have the Scoop maxi, other maxis, and we're also bringing the top exclusively to you guys. As you can see, the fit of it, even flat laid, it has shape to it, which is something you don't really very often see in the mainstream market, and this corset over the top just makes your figure look insane. A Mars girl is for sure not a physical aesthetic, but it's almost like an aura that you have when you either wear the clothes, become a customer, or just part of the community. The girls that get it, get it. It's that feeling of being confident, unapologetically yourself, and just knowing that you are the main character. Being born and bred in Bolton and creating this brand and keeping it in the Northwest has been a massive factor, I believe, in Mars's success. I think a lot of the people who either travel to come to work here or who are from here are proper northern grafters, and they're not like anyone else in the whole world. And I do think that has shaped a lot of Mars's success. Everyone is super friendly, not afraid to get down, and I think it really does make a massive difference. Having a large celebrity following has been very impactful for our brand credibility, particularly in new markets that we've been growing into, like America. A particular highlight was definitely Meg Thee Stallion wearing the layer top and layer shorts on Love Island USA. It was a huge moment for us and also got us so much brand credibility over there. We've also more recently gifted the likes of Maria the Scientist, who's wore it on tour, SZA, and the Kardashians. So very, very, very exciting times. I think I've felt the most tested multiple times throughout my career. I feel like every new level that you venture to, specifically with a brand, you kind of just face a new level of obstacles. Something that does really stick out for me is lockdown, where primarily we were very much a festival going out, party girl brand, and then lockdown came and obviously that just didn't work for us as a business. And like I said, it was where the turning point was for me as a founder. I used that slow time to really build up my knowledge. I spoke to people, reached out to people, and just tried my best to learn how to turn this Instagram brand into a proper business. And it was the best thing I ever did. Time that I felt most empowered, definitely our first Miami Swim Week show. That was such a special time. I don't think I could ever replicate the feelings that I got from that show. It was so incredible seeing so many beautiful people wearing the brand, loving the brand, and it just being our main entry point into America. I feel like Mars very much is a brand that's for the girls. I think if you speak to anyone that works in the Mars office, they'll say everyone is a nice person, which is so rare. It's one of my most important things, that everyone we hire is just a genuinely lovely person, and that reflects in everyone's work ethic and also their excitement to come to work rather than dreading it. We also take massive care of our customers, and we've always been a very in-person customer activation type brand. Even before we actually knew what that meant, it was always, I met my customers on holidays when I first began, and then I would also film videos, take pictures with customers. We've always been a very customer first brand. Last year we really took that to the next level and took a lot of our customers away on a holiday to Morocco, which was so special, so nice. And I know that it also meant the world to the girls too, which is just what made it that much more special. So next steps for Mars look like a lot of evolution. Our product has grown and categories have grown massively throughout the years, and I think part of that was, number one, developing as a person and expanding my own taste and what I wanted to design and bring out. And also now we also have the customer to live up to. You guys sculpt everything that is Mars, and we create solely nowadays for the customer. Flannels has been our first retail partner, and it has been an absolute dream of a relationship. I have such a close relationship with the buying team and now the socials team, and it's just been such a lovely experience. We've been working so far ahead now into the future, and we've got a few exclusives coming out. Well, we already have a lot of exclusives, but we're planning for a lot more throughout the year, specifically outerwear, which I know our Mars girls love. A piece of advice I would give to anyone who's looking to start anything, whether it be a fashion brand or anything else, would be Try not to listen to too much outside noise. You can get yourself very wrapped up in outside opinions, whether it be an unhappy customer or peers, friends, family, whatever that looks like for you. And you need to focus on yourself, focus on your own journey, and stay true to exactly why you started what you started and stick to it. Success has definitely changed in my mind's eye from when I started to now. Like I said, for the first few years, I was completely happy doing what I was in terms of just designing for a festival or a night out, releasing it, selling the products and moving on. Now, success to me for a while looked like whether it was a certain revenue number, a certain amount of people on site. It's definitely changed now, and success to me just looks like a massive, gorgeous team, which I'm very lucky to say that I have, who are content in what they do. And yeah, we just constantly stay on the up, really.